All right, folks, we're about ready to start. I'm going to count you down to the beginning of the show, and then remember to applaud when you hear the theme music. Are we ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Live from Duke Energy Center for the Performing Arts in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's the 29th Annual International Bluegrass Music Association Awards. Tonight's show is brought to you by Chiesi USA, Visit North Carolina, Boston Bluegrass Union, Compass Records, Deering Banjos, and Virginia Tourism. Chiesi USA is the principal sponsor of World of Bluegrass, helping to make possible tonight's show and so many other events throughout the week. Chiesi's values of community, commitment, and partnership are deeply appreciated. Performing tonight, Entertainer of the Year nominees Balsam Range, Del McCoury Band, Gibson Brothers, and the Earls of Leicester. Special Hall of Fame performances featuring Ricky Skaggs' Kentucky Thunder with Marty Stewart and Paul Williams. Plus, performances from Hot Rise, I'm With Her, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers, Allison Brown, Missy Raines, Molly Tuttle, Becky Buller, Sierra Hull, Special Consensus, and Michael Cleveland and Flamekeeper. Plus an all-star finale that you won't want to miss. I'm your announcer, Ned Luberecki, and now please make welcome to the stage, Hot Rise.
Sorrows I cried. As I look up into heaven, I see your smiling face. And though in this world I am lost and alone, I still feel your beauty and grace. Your light leads me on through the darkness. I feel you here by my side. By your light I might find the right pathway and forget all the sorrows I cried. Shining forever, you'll be here long after I'm gone, just lighting the way from poor lonely soul as they travel on and on. Your light leads me on through the darkness. I feel you here by my side. By your light I might find the right pathway and forget all the sorrows I cried. I feel you here by my side. By your light I might find the right pathway and forget all the sorrows I cried. And forget all the sorrows I cried.
And now please make welcome your hosts tonight, Hot Rise.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. We are, in fact, the Hot Rise Band. We're so glad to be your hosts for tonight's festivities. I want to start by acknowledging that we're here in North Carolina. We have all been aware of Hurricane Florence tearing across this state, and even though the storm is over, there's going to be a long recovery process, and I want to remind you all you can still support that recovery effort with your online donations to the North Carolina Disaster Relief Fund, if you're able to do so. Meanwhile, tonight is the night, right here. This is big. This is bluegrass music's big night. Thank you for joining us.
It really is a special night, Nick, and we've been here quite a few times before, but it just keeps getting bigger and better. Lots of new faces, so much talent among the young singers and players. You know, we were lucky, of course, starting out in the late 70s when we did. Yes, we are celebrating Hot Rise's 40th anniversary as a band this year. I know it's unbelievable. Back then, we got to be around our elders a good bit and our heroes, the creators of this very fine music. In fact, Pete, who is one of our elders, got some well-deserved recognition this week. Congratulations, Pete, on the Mentor of the Year award.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Tim. Yes, I'm older than you, but I've been to college more than you have, so it's all okay. Of course, it is an honor to be here with you at the IBMA's 29th Annual Awards Ceremony, and it means a lot to me to have been recognized by my peers in this community. But tonight is a chance for all of us to get together and not only visit with each other, but to honor and recognize all the winners and nominees. As some of you may know, I was for many years the first president of the IBMA, and attended 15 years of board meetings in the early days. What fun we had. It's amazing to see where it is today. It really is the preeminent bluegrass organization in the world coming together for one big, beautiful night.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
You know, I was a former president of the IBMA, too.
Oh, yes. How many years?
3. Thanks.
That's right, Tim. Brian, come on, get up here. Do you want to say something? Just get up here. Come on. Brian Sutton.
Wow. It's a little weird.
You guys are going to let me talk?
Keep it short.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wrap it up.
This is a special night. Really, I'm not sure this has ever happened, but...
Time's up.
Okay, thank you. You know, it's an honor to be here hosting the IBMA Awards with Hot Rise, especially back when these guys started. I was 4 years old. Now, I got to meet these guys in 1989 at Doyle Lawson's Denton Bluegrass Festival. And I am completely happy to have been part of Hot Rise for the last 16 years and help them celebrate that 40th anniversary. And also, speaking as someone who's thankfully been fortunate enough to be up here a fair amount of time on one of these shows, I can tell you that this is going to be a great one.
Yeah. You know, not only are there a lot of new faces, there are some new awards, too, some of which we actually helped usher in, including, finally, the Bluegrass Electric Bass Player of the Year Award.
No.
What do you mean, no?
That's...
You told me that was happening.
That was a joke, Nick. Thank you so much.
You told me that was happening.
That's why you don't let me talk.
What about the most facial hair in bluegrass?
It's fun to talk about, but not here tonight.
Okay, all right. What about most notes in an instrumental?
I don't think so. No, that would be fake facts. Sorry, Nick, but it is going to be a great show with all of the awards that are not fake. In fact, Tim, tell us what's coming up first.
I'm glad you asked me that, Pete.
I'm glad so.
Our first presenters are coming up now to present the Bass Player of the Year Award and also the Emerging Artist of the Year. Please welcome one of the founders of IBMA and the producer of the Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival, Miss Mary Tyler Dobb. And yeah. I say the same thing. And to accompany her, business leader and mayor of Raleigh, North Carolina, Nancy McFarland. Please make them welcome.
Thanks, Tim. So good to see and hear those Hot Rise guys. And it's so good to be here with you all for the Bluegrass Music's big night. It's good to have the mayor of Raleigh with us again. Hello, Nancy.
Well, thank you, Mary. I'm happy to be here again, and Raleigh is so happy to have bluegrass back in town. Yeah. You know, we have lots of festivals in Raleigh every year, but this is the one that everybody looks forward to and talks about all year long. When is bluegrass? When is bluegrass? So welcome to Raleigh. Thank you.
Okay, now on to these awards.
The nominees for Bass Player of the Year are
Barry Bales,
Mike Bubb,
Missy Raines,
Mark Schatz,
and Tim Surratt.
and the award goes to Tim Surratt.
If you've ever been to Canton, you know what a job that is, too. Thank you so much. What a surprise. What a joy. I don't even know what to say. I didn't prepare a thing because when you're mentioned with names like those, who I can honestly say I paid to hear every one of them play, and gladly. And I went to see Barry Bales play last week, and because my wife wanted to see the bass player she voted for, so. Yeah, getting out's the hard part. It was at a casino, but anyway, I love him. And but thank you so much to the Balsam Range guys. What an honor it is to play with musicians of that caliber. Very quickly, thank you guys for allowing me the honor of doing that. To my son, who is at just finishing up baseball practice tonight, Braden, I love you wherever you are, buddy. I hope you hit a bunch of them tonight. And to my wife, Hope, who is the absolute greatest thing that ever happened to me, and more than I deserved. And that's the definition of grace. Not to get all religious on you, but I have to count my blessings. Grace means you've been given something you don't deserve, and that's me. I love you, baby. Thank y'all.
That was fun. You want to do another?
Absolutely. The nominees for Emerging Artist of the Year are
Billy Strings,
Jeff Scroggins in Colorado,
Mile 12,
Molly Tuttle,
Ramblin' Boys,
Sister Sadie,
and the award goes to.
Uh-oh,
we need an envelope.
Oh, there she is.
There she is. Thank you so much. Okay, and the award goes to Ho Ramblin' Boys. I don't know.
No way. Wow.
Don't even know what to say. Hey, all right.
Give these guys a hand right here. Oh, man. Our dreams are coming true, and it's unbelievable. Rounder Records, we just signed with them in March. Rainmaker Management, Crossover Touring, the Press House, Straight Up Strings, Thompson Guitars. It's unbelievable to play the music that we love for y'all, and you love us back. Thank y'all so much.
I'm going to try not to cry. I'm kind of a softie. I got to thank my mom and dad and all my family back home in Shepherdsville, Kentucky. Tommy Brown, he gave me my start when I was just 13. And happy birthday to Coach Greg Cahill. Yeah, I told the guys at the time happy birthday. But anyways, I got one other thing I want to thank. I want to thank Dr. Ralph Stanley. When I was a kid, him or his band never acted like they were too good to give a little chubby kid from Kentucky the time of day. And that made me want to do this even more. And I think that's a lesson everyone should take into account. Thank y'all.
I just wanted to thank my mom and dad for coming tonight, and thank y'all for this right here.
Thank you folks so much. I want to thank my wife who's back home with my 9-month-old baby son, and can't wait to get home to him, and thank y'all for the support.
Well, all right. So you may remember that 2 years ago, Becky Buller became the first artist to win both Instrumental and Vocal Artist of the Year. And that's in addition to all of her recognition as a great songwriter and band leader. Right now, would you please welcome the Becky Buller Band.
I'm speaking to that mountain and brother, I believe. Got a bucket, but he might want to move me. Trials and tribulations mark the path of life, from pebbles in my shoes to boulders I can't climb. What may seem like stumbling blocks standing in my way are just a few more stepping stones brother, I believe. Got a buck, can't move it, but it might want to move me. Oh, I'm speaking to that mountain, brother, I believe. Got a buck, can't move it, but it might want to move me.
Buller Band. We'll be right back with more of the 29th Annual IBMA Awards from Raleigh, North Carolina, brought to you by Chiesi USA. Visit North Carolina, Boston Bluegrass Union, Compass Records, Deering Banjos, and Virginia Tourism. We'll see you soon.
We're Chiesi, investing in innovative therapies for rare diseases and the most vulnerable of patients in your community and across the globe. Your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones. Chiesi, for more than 80 years, people and ideas for innovation in healthcare.
Hear that? That's the sound of the hills, and the sound of the burros, too. It's the sound of America, our history, our roots. That's the sound of... Get me out of here. I'm Brendan West, son of Allison Brown and Gary West, and future owner of Compass Records. I know y'all like bluegrass here at IBMA, and I'll like it too. Someday, maybe. Good luck to all of the Compass Records nominees this year.
Bluegrass has a sound all its own in North Carolina. Make sure you don't miss a single note. Hear pickers bring history to life across the state, and plan a getaway that will stay with you long after the music fades at visitnc.com.
Welcome back to the 29th Annual International Bluegrass Music Association's Awards. I'm Nick Forster from Hot Rise to present the Gospel Recorded Performance of the Year and Dobro Player of the Year. Please welcome our next presenters, IBMA award-winning songwriter and artist from right here in Raleigh, Joe Newberry, and the 2018 recipient of the Steve Martin Prize for Excellence in Banjo and Bluegrass, Kristen Scott Benson.
Hello, everybody. We're going to start out with presenting the award for Gospel Recorded Performance of the Year. Of course, gospel music is a part of the fabric of bluegrass. It's rooted in this tradition and in the lifestyle of the founders.
And let's remember that it's universalist to win all kinds of prizes for gospel songwriting, and we like it. Kristen?
All right, let's go on with the awards.
All right, let's do it. The nominees for Gospel Recorded Performance of the Year are
I'm Going Under, Darren and Brooke Aldridge, artist, Karen Taylor Good, Bill White, writers, single release, Mountain Home Music Company label. Little Girl, Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver artist, Harley Lee Allen writer, Life is a Story album, Doyle Lawson producer, Mountain Home Music Company label. Speaking to That Mountain, Becky Buller artist, Becky Buller, Jeff Hyde writers, Crepe Paper Heart album, Stephen Mogen producer, Dark Shadow recording label. Traveling Shoes, special consensus artist, traditional arranged by special consensus writer, Rivers and Roads album, Allison Brown producer, Compass Records label. When God's in It, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers artist, Ronnie Bowman, Jerry Salley writers, The Story We Tell album, Joe Mullins producer, Rebel Records label.
And the award goes to Speaking to That Mountain, Becky Bowler artist, Becky Bowler Jet High Riders, Cray Paper Heart album, Stephen Mojan producer, Dark Shadow.
Got a book and move it, but it might want to move me.
Mr. Producer. Thank you all so much. This means so much to me because my faith is everything. And I'm sending that song out to anybody out there who's facing a mountain right now. And we all are in our own way. So I hope that song ministers to you where you're at. I want to thank Dark Shadow Recordings, Stephen Mojan, for a fantastic album. Love working with him. And the band, would you give my band a hand? I'm so blessed. I get to travel with these guys. Thank you.
Becky Bowler is a wonderful person.
She is.
Congrats to Becky and the band.
And now, on to the old hound dog, the Dobro.
That's right. The nominees for Dobro Player of the Year are
Jerry Douglas,
Andy Hall,
Rob Ikes,
Phil Ledbetter,
and Justin Moses.
and the award goes to Dobro Player of the Year, Justin Moses.
Thank you all so much. This is such an unexpected honor, and I think people just voted for me to get me to actually speak in public, but no, I really do appreciate it so much. Thank you, everybody that voted for me, and I want to thank my wife, Sierra Hall. She means the world to me, and is my biggest supporter, and I want to thank my parents, Danny and Susie Moses. They got me into music at an early age, and they've just been supportive my whole time in music. And I want to thank everybody that I've traveled up and down the road with, the guys from Blue Highway that I play with now. They're just the best guys to travel in a band with, and I really appreciate them for having me in the band. And Ricky Skaggs, who's getting a big award later. I appreciate you for having me in your band, and Dan Tominski and all the guys in Blue Moon Rising that I started out with years ago, and the guys from Newfound Road. I just appreciate it so much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Man, they don't have a MVP award at IBMA, but I think Justin would be up for one every year. I spent some time in Chicago as I was making my way from West Virginia to Colorado, and it was an amazing music scene there in Chicago. All genres, all very strong. Even in 1975, there was a band called Special Consensus playing bluegrass there with Greg Cahill at the helm. Now, Greg's done it all, and he's still doing it, and Special C is about to perform, but we understand it's a very special day for Greg. At the count of 3, let's all say, happy birthday, Greg. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Greg, from all of us at IBMA. Now please welcome Special Consensus. Woo!
And cake too.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah.
Where'd you get your whiskey? Where'd you get your rum? I got it down Front Street at number 99. Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone? Gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Way down the river road. Going to Paducah just to look around. If things don't suit me, I'll find another town. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Go way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Go way down the river road. Riding on a streetcar, looking over town, eating salty crackers, $5 a pound. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Go way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Go way down the river road. Ain't it gone, gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Go way down the river road. Gone, gone. Ain't it gone, gone? Ain't it gone, gone? Go way down the river road. Thank you, folks.
Please welcome to the stage, multiple-time Female Vocalist of the Year, Dale Ann Bradley, joined by 2017 Momentum Award winner, Tristan Scroggins.
Thank you. It's great to be back up here on the stage with y'all and present these awards to you, with you, Tristan.
Oh, thanks. I'm honored too. I want to mention the beautiful oak tree that isn't there. The theme that we have for tonight's show. It fits perfectly with bluegrass music as a symbol of strength and longevity. And as a young performer, I love the roots and the branches of bluegrass music.
And this is the city of Oaks. We all feel so very welcome here. And how about a round of applause for everyone in Raleigh and literally around the world who helped make this happen, this week happen.
Thanks, Dale Ann. We've got a couple of awards to hand out, and big ones. The Instrumental Recorded Performance of the Year, that's picking at its finest.
And the nominees are
Lynchburg Chicken Run, The Grascals, artist. Danny Roberts, Adam Haynes, writers. Before Breakfast album, The Grascals, producer. Mountain Home Music Company, label. Medley, Sally in the Garden, Big Country. Molly Put the Kettle On. Bela Fleck and Abigail Washburn, artists. Sally in the Garden and Molly Put the Kettle On, traditional, arranged by Bela Fleck and Abigail Washburn. Big Country, Bela Fleck, writer. Echo in the Valley album, Bela Fleck, producer, Rounder Records label. Sirens, Infamous String Dusters artist, Infamous String Dusters writers, Laws of Gravity album, Infamous String Dusters, Billy Hume producers, Compass Records label. Squirrel Hunters, special consensus with John Hartford, Rachel Bayman, and Christian Settlemeyer, 10-string symphony, and Alison Brown artists. Traditional, arranged by Alison Brown, special consensus writers, Rivers and Roads album, Alison Brown producer, Compass Records label. Wickwire, Mile 12 artist, Mile 12 writers, Onwards album, Stephen Mogen producer, Dolores the Taurus Records label.
And the award goes to...
I think so.
Squirrel Hunters.
Oh, this is the best birthday I ever had. We have to thank so many people. We'll start with our wonderful wives, Jackie and Nicole, and Cheryl and Hannah, fiance. We just they support us all the way through, and Compass Records has been like our family for 5 albums now, and we can't say enough about Alison Brown, who is our wonderful producer and who brings out the best in us and makes us better. And all the Compass family, Gary West and Christina and Thad and Phoenix. We thank Maria Nato for working so hard to book us, all of you promoters, the DJs who play us, the media people, and boy, thank all of you. Thank you for being here, for being part of IBMA. Thank you, IBMA. Thank Paul and the whole IBMA staff that works so hard, and we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
And now, the award that ties directly to the father of bluegrass music, that's Bill Monroe, the award for the Mandolin Player of the Year.
The mandolin has so many different ways to make a contribution as a rhythm instrument, solo instrument, and even playing Bach or Beethoven.
Bach and Beethoven? That ain't no part of nothing.
The nominees for Mandolin Player of the Year are
Jesse Brock,
Sam Bush,
Sierra Hall,
Ronnie McCoury,
and Frank Sullivan. And the award goes to, oh gosh, oh. Sierra Hall.
Gosh, you guys, my sweet Justin winning. Oh, that's so, man, I didn't know that I shared a birthday with Greg Cahill, but it's my birthday today too. And in fact, it's what they call the golden birthday. I'm 27 on the 27th, and It's just an amazing day that I've had here at IBMA. I spent this morning being able to honor one of my mandolin heroes, Chris Thiele, with the Distinguished Achievement Award, and I can't think of a better way to spend my golden birthday with you all. IBMA has really felt so much like family to me for so many years now. Gosh, seeing Ricky Skaggs sitting in the front row there, my second IBMA when I was 10 years old, he brought me on stage to play Boston Boy with him. People like Third Time Out, so many people that have been so wonderful to me for so many years. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to play the instrument if you guys didn't exist, and I look forward to this every year, so thank you for still thinking of me and having me back year after year, and thanks to my dad. He's really the reason I got started playing music, and my sweet mom, who's just sent me one of those Bitmojis that said stoked on a skateboard. She doesn't have Facebook, so she said, let me know how it goes, stoked. And, but thank you all so much. You guys mean the world to me, and I sure love playing the little instrument that is the mandolin, and I hope to do it till I'm old and gray. So thank you all so much.
How's everybody doing so far? Congratulations to all the winners so far. Man, oh man. So I'm really happy to introduce our next performers nominated for Vocal Group of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, our good friends Sarah Jaros, Aoife O'Donovan, and Sarah Watkins, I'm With Her.
Fill it up again.
Ah, the female touch. What a lovely sound that is. I had the idea years ago to start an all-male band. And it worked out pretty well. You know, male experiences and things that happen to guys, stuff like that. Nick, who helped write the script, he's into dreams, talking about dreams, and I once had a dream that Ricky Skaggs was a benevolent giant, this is really true, who picked me up in his giant hand and brought me close and put me in his pocket and held me in his hands and smiled. And my dream is in fact true. Ricky is a benevolent giant in our music. He really is. Here now to induct Ricky Skaggs into the International Bluegrass Music Association's Hall of Fame. A great talent who's traveled many musical roads, from Lester Flatt's Nashville Grass to Johnny Cash's band, to the Lakota Sioux Reservation, making music there, to being the leader of one of my very favorite bands ever. Please welcome Mr. Marty Stewart.
Thank you, Pete. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here to speak out on behalf of my dear friend and loved one, Ricky Skaggs. Connie and I consider Ricky and Sharon family, and that's just how it is. We've all seen the clip of Ricky when he was a little boy playing with Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs, when Lester called him Ricky Skaggs. And as far as I'm concerned, you could have put him in the Hall of Fame right then and been done with it. That was wonderful. We've all heard the story that Ralph Stanley has told about being late to a performance and finally getting to the show and walking in and hearing music that he thought that he'd never hear again. And he sat down on a stool, and I believe he said he sat down in a chair and listened to Keith Whitley and Ricky Skaggs. Ricky Skaggs sing songs from his and his brother's arsenal. The first time I saw Ricky Skaggs, he and Keith Whitley were getting off of Ralph Stanley's bus. My daddy took me to Bean Blossom, Indiana in the summer of 1970. And if you remember, Bean Blossom was like the Woodstock of bluegrass festivals at that time. It was huge. The Woodstock generation didn't have a place to go, so it was this incredible gathering of bluegrass aficionados and fans and pickers and hippies and mom and pop. It was a wonderful culture, and that was my introduction into bluegrass festivals. And the first two people I saw get off of a bus was Ricky and Keith. And I studied everybody that weekend, and all the old greats were there. But I noticed Sam Bush was there, and he had Newgrass Revival with Lonnie and Ebo and Courtney. And I noticed after the show, you know, all the hippie girls followed Sam away. And after Ralph Stanley came off, all the country girls followed Ricky and Keith. But beyond that, what I thought was really beautiful is that Sam, from his side of Kentucky, was taking the music in one direction. But there was a radical revisionist and traditionalist in the heart and soul of Ricky Skaggs. And throughout the 70s, I followed Ricky through J.D.'s band, through Boone Creek, the Country Gentleman days, and all on into Emmylou Harris. And it was during his time with Emmylou that I began to see something of his life's calling. And it was there the first time I met him, I just didn't quite see it. He was a lightning rod who took the beauty of bluegrass music and roots country music to the likes of Emmylou Harris. He was ready to go. But the album Roses in the Snow, which gave bluegrass music an incredible lift, was pretty much a reflection of time spent with Ricky and Emmylou musically. And the other time, about the same time, when the urban cowboy scare completely tore country music apart, I was over at a buddy of mine's house one day, and I said, "What is this?" And it was a record that Ricky Skaggs and Tony Rice had done, Skaggs and Rice. Once again, the educator appeared. Everybody understands that Ricky's a great singer, songwriter, mandolin player, producer, star maker. But it was that educator that was hidden underneath, but it was touching me every time I heard his work. And then the country hits started coming, one after another. Once again, he was entertaining people with music that they thought was gone forever, the same as he and Keith had done with Ralph Stanley's music and Carter Stanley's music. He lit up the world of traditional country music when everybody thought it was over. He lit the fuse on what they call the new traditionalist movement of country music in the 80s. And he took that end of country music to the world. He introduced Bill Monroe by way of a video called Uncle Pen to an entirely different generation of people, and he even got Bill Monroe to break dance, so that was pretty cool. But at the top of his country music game, he returned to the deepest part of his heart, and that is to the world of bluegrass music. And at that point, in my opinion, Ricky Skaggs became a university because he started one great band after another. To get in Ricky's band, you have to be an incredible musician. But I believe as a young musician's life goes, there was life before Kentucky Thunder and life after. You always leave Kentucky Thunder a more powerful musician. So all that to say, as the 21st century goes on, he's a radical revisionist, he's a traditionalist, he's a keeper of the flame, he is an innovator, he's always keeping his music moving forward. He's invited so many people into the world of country and bluegrass music. He has become a universal touchstone to our kind of music. Now, in a few weeks, he will stand and get the highest honor that country music has to offer, the Country Music Hall of Fame. And I don't know of any other performer who has been awarded entrance into the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame all in the same lifetime, in the same year especially. But tonight, it is my honor to ask Ricky Skaggs to come up here and receive bluegrass music's most coveted award. I induct Ricky Skaggs gladly on your behalf and my behalf into the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame. Ricky Skaggs, please.
Thank you. Bless you, son. Well, really do appreciate this. This is really, really precious, really sweet. And thank you, Marty. You're an amazing friend and knucklehead brother. I love him dearly. And I just appreciate this award so much. Like Marty said, you know, these awards, sometimes they don't come in your lifetime. And but I'm 64, and I can enjoy this a long time. I plan to be with you a long time. I'm not... Got a lot of music to make, and I won't be making any tonight, but anyway, a little torn bicep tendon repair job that's working good, so got about 8 more weeks of therapy, and hopefully I'll be good as new. And but this means so much to me, well, for a lot of reasons, but really because it's the music. It's the music of my youth. It's the music, it's the foundation stones of everything I've ever recorded. You know, I learned so much from my dad. You know, my dad gave me a love for music. He loved all kinds of music, you know, but he loved the old stuff, you know. And my mom gave me a love for Jesus. And that was so strong in our home. So I thank them. Thank you, Mom and Dad. But everywhere I went, my mandolin went with me. You know, when I went to Emmy Lou's band, and I went to, you know, came to Nashville, I brought my mandolin and my fiddle, my clawhammer banjo, my guitar with me, and so it means a lot. It means a lot. I mean, I know the Country Music Hall of Fame is going to mean a lot, but this is right. I mean, I'm thankful, you know, that this came first before the CMA. Because it is first in my heart, and I know when I got out of, I didn't leave country. I mean, I didn't leave bluegrass. I went and played music that I could make bigger and better with the bluegrass instrumentation, and people would come up and say, "Ralph, what do you think about old Ricky leaving us?" Ralph said, "He'll be back." Yep, he'll be back. And so, Ralph, you were right. And a lot of people to thank, and I know I don't want to be too late about all this, but I want to thank the Whites. I want to thank Sharon and Cheryl and Buck for being such strong family for me. And me and Miss Sharon's been married 37 years, and 37 years of marital bliss. And I love her more today than ever before. She's been a great right arm police, making sure I didn't use this too much when I wasn't supposed to. And but so many people. I want to thank Charlotte Scott and Tammy Carver, Barbara Kimes at my office, and Lee Groich at my studio at Skaggs Family Records. I want to thank Stan Strickland for helping me create Skaggs Family Records and giving me a place and a home to record my music when I wanted to. And so I thank you, Stan, for helping me do that. And I want to thank my good old pal, Barry Poss. Barry, I love you, brother. And it was so good to put a hugging on him a while ago. And he's been a real friend, believed in me and saw things in me years ago that I didn't see in myself. I didn't realize things were possible. But he did. He saw things in me and gave me an ability to record a lot of music. And so I've always thanked him for that, and I appreciate him so much. I know I'm leaving out a lot of people, but I do want to thank the IBMA and whoever voted for me to be in this. But I appreciate that. And last but not least, he's first. I want to thank the Lord Jesus. He deserves all glory. And God never called me to be famous. He called me to be faithful. And He's made me famous. But when I became faithful to Him, or tried to be the best I could be, and put Him first, it said, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. Not my righteousness, but His. Then He'll add all these things to us. So, young people, it works. It works. Don't leave out the Lord in anything you do. There's not another person like you. God made you special. He made you, and you have a thumbprint that's only yours, and you have a heartbeat that's only yours. You have a sound that's only your sound. Don't ever be a copy, be an original. God created you to be an original. And don't ever apologize for being original, because the Lord loves originality, even though He's creative, but He loves originality. So, God bless you. Thanks so much for this. I really do appreciate it.
And now, Kentucky Thunder with Marty Stewart.
Give us some applause.
How about a hand for Kentucky Thunder, one of the best bands in the world?
All right, son, go right on now.
Skag says we can play.
We'll be right back with more of the 29th Annual IBMA Awards from Raleigh, North Carolina. Brought to you by Chiesi USA. Visit North Carolina, Boston Bluegrass Union, Compass Records, Deering Banjos, and Virginia Tourism.
Hi everyone, this is Ray from NPR's Car Talk, welcoming you to the annual IBMA Music Awards Show, proudly sponsored by the Boston Bluegrass Union, producer of the Joe Val Bluegrass Festival, and more. Find out more about the BBU at bbu.org. Now relax and enjoy the show.
Compass Records salutes Special Consensus and congratulates them on their 5 nominations, including Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Instrumental Performance, Gospel Song, and Recorded Event of the Year, featuring label mate Bobby Osborne. Check out their critically acclaimed new release, Rivers and Roads, out now on Compass Records.
Love is one voice that speaks to us all. Discover more about the Crooked Road and Virginia's rich music history by visiting virginia.org/music.
Welcome back to the 29th Annual International Bluegrass Music Association Awards. Next, to present Fiddle Player of the Year and Recorded Performance of the Year, please welcome our next presenters, award-winning dancer, choreographer, and founding director of Footwork's Percussive Dance Ensemble, Eileen Carson, and 2-time IBMA Bass Player of the Year, Mark Schatz.
Thank you. We're going to start out with the award for Fiddle Player of the Year.
We're both very honored to be here. I love the fiddle tunes. They're the most consistent and faithful presence in my life, and we're very honored to present this award. I just also want to say real quickly that I got my start dancing in the state of North Carolina, and I love North Carolina, and all the music and heritage, and our hearts have been going out to you through the storm, and they will continue to do that. Yay. I love you, North Carolina. So we all know the bluegrass sound, I hope you know, is built around the long tradition of fiddle tunes, the beautiful fiddle tunes. And they go back centuries, really. And of course, that tradition gets updated and refined every year.
That's right, Eileen. But it started with just a fiddle and maybe some dancers, kind of like this. Wow. Nothing like flat-footing to a good old fiddle tune, just like they did back in the day when Uncle Penn played for dances. I'm glad bluegrass includes all the instruments, of course.
Me too, but right now we're talking about the great fiddlers. And the nominees for Fiddle Player of the Year, so excited, are Hunter Berry,
Becky Buller,
Jason Carter,
and Michael Cleveland.
and Stuart Duncan.
Careful with that board over there. Put your dancing shoes on, son. And the award goes to...
Here, take this. Really? So excited. Michael Cleveland, y'all. Woo!
Right on. Right on.
Hey, Michael, baby, honey.
Hey.
You want to hold this for him? You want the award?
All right.
There you go. You right?
Yay! Well, as usual, I have nothing prepared, but it's always an honor to be nominated for this award. And there's so many great fiddle players, so many young fiddle players, and so many that don't even get nominated. Just to be nominated is truly an honor, and I thank each and every one of you all. I need to thank John Silikowski in Scottsburg, Indiana, for making my fiddle that I play. Jim Rowe of Rowe Entertainment, Kimberly Williams of East Public Relations, and Diodario, who keeps me in strings and has for years. Can't play anything else. And I want to thank the guys in my band because fiddle players are weird. If you put up with a fiddle player, that's doing something, man. But no, seriously, all the guys in the band, Josh, Nathan, Josiah, Tyler, Elliot, our sound guy, and my father and my stepmother, and also my girlfriend, Katie. And thank you all, and thanks to the people who set the standard for fiddle playing, and people like Benny Martin and Kenny Baker and Bobby Hicks, Paul Warren, and man, there's just the list goes on and on. But thank you all so much. I really appreciate this.
I shake your hand.
Well, the next award is for Recorded Event of the Year, and it's a chance to recognize an event that captured something rare and special, something that doesn't happen all the time.
And the nominees for Recorded Event of the Year are
Calamity Jane, Becky Buller with Rhonda Vincent, artist, Crepe Paper Heart album, Stephen Mogen, producer, Dark Shadow recording label. I'll Just Go Away, Dale Ann Bradley and Vince Gill, artist, Dale Ann Bradley album, Dale Ann Bradley producer, Pine Castle Records label. The Rebel and the Rose, Becky Buller with Sam Bush, artist, Crepe Paper Heart album, Stephen Mogen producer, Dark Shadow recording label. She Took the Tennessee River, special consensus with Bobby Osborne, artist, Rivers and Roads album, Allison Brown producer, Compass Records label. Swept Away, Missy Raines with Allison Brown, Becky Buller, Sierra Hull, and Molly Tuttle, artist, single release, Allison Brown producer, Compass Records label.
And the award goes to
Swept Away.
Now it seems that everything reminds me of those days. Now it seems that everything reminds me of those days.
Yes. Yeah, girls.
That's a bunch of good-looking women up here.
my gosh. Okay, so thank you so much, and this would never have happened had it not been for Alison Brown. And Compass Records and Alison Brown and Molly Tuttle and Sierra Hall and Becky Buller. Please, thank you. This is amazing. I do have I did this because I knew I would be like this, and even though I have a piece of paper, I can't think. But I also want to thank Lori Lewis, who wrote this song. And Lori has been my friend, but she's also started out as a hero and a mentor, and someone who actually, she told me I should sing this song a long time ago, and it took a while before I got the courage to do it. But thank you, Lori, for being who you are and for influencing so many of us. And I want to thank Molly Farr and Lost Buffalo Artists, who's changed my life in the last couple of years working with her. There's a couple of other people that I want to mention very quickly who have contributed to giving me the courage to take this path as a band leader and as a singer. And starting with Kelly Kessler, and who helped me start my band, Ed Snodderly, who has been an encouragement to me for a long time, to Tony Rackley, who has been my dear friend and encouraged me, to Suzanne Hayes, who had a great role in helping me finish this record, of which Swept Away is part of, to Ethan Ballinger, and to Jim Hurst. These folks made a difference in my life to give me the courage to be here. And I also want to thank Claire Lynch for giving me a job so long ago. And I also want to thank the women who were band leaders that influenced me the most, that I had the opportunity to see. And one of those women is Lynn Morris. And I'm proud to say that Lynn is one of my dear friends, and I knew her when she was first starting her band, and I couldn't have had a better role model. And I watched the things that she went through and the challenges that she faced with sheer grace. And I think of her every day as I work as a band leader. And I want to thank Katie Lauer, who I also saw when I was much younger. I didn't know her, but she was leading a band, and it was something that I hadn't seen much of. And I want to thank the guys that I'm traveling with right now, my band, Ben Garnett and George Jackson, who have been so amazing to travel with. And I also want to thank my husband, Ben, who is, if you hadn't heard, the Engineer of the Year. Thank you so much.
Way to go. If there's anything that bluegrass is good at, if there's one thing, it's the way we honor the elders of this music and the folks that have shown us the way, and men and women both, and also champion youth. We really get behind the youngsters in this music, and because most of us start playing when we're young. And our next guest is no exception. She started playing the guitar at age 8. She started writing songs at 15. And last year became the first woman to win the IBMA Guitar Player of the Year. No hard feelings. Really. Please welcome the amazing Molly Tuttle.
Couldn't sleep last night, demons floating around my head with the morning light. Your warmth pushed away my dread, and there comes a time to say that's good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. I've got to let this go. This doubt inside me with every road I take. There's things I'll never know, but I'll go my own way. And there comes a time to say that's good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. Take this day by day with a little laughter, smile to get me through. Maybe I'm not okay, not today, but I'm here with you. And there comes a time to say that's good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. There comes a time to say that's good enough. I'm finally learning how to let some doors stay shut. It gets so hard, but I'm not giving up. Comes a time to say that's good enough. Comes a time to say that's good enough.
We'll be right back with more of the 29th Annual IBMA Awards from Raleigh, North Carolina. Brought to you by Chiesi, USA. Visit North Carolina, Boston Bluegrass Union, Compass Records, Deering Banjos, and Virginia Tourism.
You see by my banjo that I have a Deering. I see by your eyes that you wish you had a Deering too. We both see that we both like this Deering banjo. If you call this number, you can have a Deering.
Hi, Allison Brown here. That was my friend John Hartford. And while he's gone, his voice lives on in the new low banjo I helped create with Deering. We call it the Julia Bell, named and designed after the riverboat he learned to pilot. It's tuned low, to open D or E for sonic warmth and versatility in a band or studio. The Julia Bell Low Banjo. It's the other banjo every banjo player needs, and a fitting 21st century tribute to the classic John Hartford sound. You're gonna wish you had this Deering too.
For more information and a free catalog, visit DeeringBanjos.com.
Welcome back to the 29th Annual IBMA Awards. Our next awards for the Banjo Player of the Year and Instrumental Group of the Year. Here to present are a beloved husband and wife team from here in North Carolina, from the great little town of Cherryville. The reigning female vocalist of the year and 2017 Mentor of the Year. Please make welcome Darren and Brooke Aldridge.
Thanks, Tim. Good to be with you all.
I'll say this is so much fun and a little nerve-wracking, too.
Why? Because you're worried for me about my nomination for Female Vocalist of the Year?
No, because of all the drama around the Banjo Player of the Year. It always makes me a little nervous. You know, I grew up around Cleveland County, the home of Earl Scruggs.
Well, we're going to take care of that right away then, so you can relax.
The nominees are
Kristen Scott Benson,
Gina Furtado,
Ned Luberecki,
Noam Pikeltney,
Sammy Sheeler, and the award goes to Ned Luberecki.
Wow. I'm kind of a little bit speechless. I didn't see this coming. Oh, no, seriously, I've got a script back there, and this wasn't in it. Wow, I really didn't expect this. I got to thank a bunch of people. First and foremost, I got to thank my wife, Kelly. She married a banjo player, y'all, so give her a hand, please. I want to thank my bandmates in the Becky Buller Band. They're just an amazing bunch of musicians to get to travel with. They make me wish I could play better every day. I need to thank also the first band I ever came to IBMA with back in 1989, Paul Adkins and the Borderline Band. And I want to say thank you also to my partners in radio over at Sirius XM, Kyle and Joey and Chris, and especially to Chris Jones and the Night Drivers. Chris helped me in so many ways that I can't even begin to thank him. So thank you, Chris, also. Thank you, everybody.
Does the Instrumental Group of the Year award make you nervous too?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right then, stay with me here. It's exciting.
Stay with me. The nominees for 2018 Instrumental Group of the Year are
Michael Cleveland and Flame Keeper,
Punch Brothers,
Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder,
Sam Bush Band,
the Travelin' McCourys,
I guess open this one.
That's right.
And the award goes to the Traveling McCourys.
Wow, that was a shocker. Man, thank everyone who voted for us, obviously, and Well, I won't do all the talking here, but thanks, Dad and Mom, because without you, there wouldn't be a traveling McCoury's. And all Stan Strickland and Chris Harris, all the folks at Rainmaker Management, Crossover Touring, all our wives, love you, Lise, my kids. Wish they were here, but me and Mom are away having fun.
Yeah, this is way cool. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Thanks, huge thanks to Dell and Jean McCoury. Also, our guitar player couldn't make this trip with us, but hopefully he's hearing this on the radio. So congrats to Cody Kilby. And thank you to Cody Kilby. Here you go.
Thanks so much, everybody. This is quite an honor. Thanks to my wife, Christina, and my 2 little girls at home, and all the voters of the IBMA.
Thank you, everybody. We appreciate this. I'd like to thank my wife and Allison and my kids that are here with us. And, you know, we sacrifice so much through the year. As the years go by, it's just more and more of that. But we do it because we love this music so much, and we just want to keep playing. And it is because of my mom and dad that we're allowed to do this, because he somewhat put his career to the side to let us do this, and I appreciate that so much, Dad. And Cody Kilby, you're listening. Thank you, buddy.
Now that is a good band. I've been encouraging them. They really ought to go professional. I think they're good enough. I'd like to thank my first wife, who's here tonight, Joan. We've been together 44 years, and so far, so good. And now, I would like to introduce a great banjo player, band leader, broadcaster, and overall bluegrass champion. This guy does so much for bluegrass music in all kinds of ways. Please welcome Joe Mullins and his Radio Ramblers.
I picked up my load at 5 o'clock this morning and headed out to Nashville for the cold. Turned on my favorite early morning DJ, heard Rabbit Fever on the radio. Well, so right then and there I got to thinking, daydreaming as I drove and sang along. No doubt my lot in life would have been different if I'd been the guy who wrote that song. Driving this truck if I'd have wrote that song. If so lonely sandwich would be the baby on. I'd have a Lincoln Navigator and a boat to tow along. With me driving this truck if I'd have wrote that song. I broke down a little west of Flagstaff half a day before I got back on the road. Them Highway 40 blues, son, I had 'em, but they played a good old country song. I said to myself, well, I could have come up with that. I just mind when I get back home. I'd be on Hazel Street and in the papers if I'd have been the guy who wrote that song. I would be driving this truck if I'd have wrote that song. This old bologna sandwich would be for David, y'all. I'd have a Lincoln Navigator and a boat to tow along. Would be driving this truck if I'd have wrote that song. go along. Would be driving this truck if I'd have wrote that song. Well, I could do that stuff, and I've just about had enough. Would be driving this truck if I'd have wrote that song.
Ladies and gentlemen, to present the International Bluegrass Music Association's Hall of Fame induction for Tom T. and Miss Dixie Hall, please welcome to the stage the recipient of multiple IBMA awards, including Song of the Year, Print Media Person of the Year, Broadcaster of the Year, the multi-talented Chris Jones.
Thank you. Tom T. and Dixie Hall's connections to bluegrass music go back long before they met, and even longer before they began co-writing chart-topping songs for bluegrass artists in the late 1990s. Though Dixie Hall was born in England, her ties to the roots of country music and bluegrass are strong and were always an important part of her life. She was already a country music journalist before emigrating to the U.S., and her sponsor for the move was Bluegrass Hall of Fame member Bill Clifton. She went to work for Starday Records in Nashville in 1961, where she began writing songs. While in Nashville, she took up residence with close friend Mother Maybelle Carter. Her closeness to the Carters led her to be considered an adopted member of that legendary family, and Carter family members were at her side when Miss Dixie passed away in January of 2015. Bluegrass music was part of Tom T. Hall's life from an early age. He grew up in the eastern Kentucky town of Olive Hill, where, as he described it, he had Bill Monroe for breakfast every day. Early in his musical life, Tom T. played bass for the Kentucky Travelers, though he's pictured here playing guitar, and I have no idea what that chord is. They had a regular show. They had a regular show at a Moorhead, Kentucky radio station where Tom T. later became a disc jockey. The 1960s were an important decade for both Tom T. and Miss Dixie individually as songwriters, as Tom T. began writing country and bluegrass hits for various artists, including his friends Flatt and Scruggs, for whom he wrote numerous songs, including the entire Bonnie and Clyde album. He also wrote songs for another friend, Jimmy Martin, including Guitar Pickin' President. By the late 60s, Tom T. had also become a recording artist in his own right, scoring his first top 40 country record not with one of his well-known story songs, but with one of the philosophical and social commentary songs he also became known for. I Wash My Face in the Morning Dew, which was what we were about to hear, was later covered by bluegrass artists the Osborne Brothers and Cliff Waldron and the New Shades of Grass, the latest cover coming from Sister Sadie. Meanwhile, working for Starday, Dixie Dean at the time scored some hits of her own, including Diesel Smoke on Danger Road for the Willis Brothers and Truck Drivin' Son of a Gun, a big hit for Dave Dudley in 1965. It was this song that brought Dixie to a fateful BMI dinner where she received an award for the song and where, accompanied by Mother Maybelle, she met and was seated with Tom T. Hall. Turned out that Tom T. had written the song on the B-side of Truck Drivin' Son of a Gun, a song largely forgotten now called I Got Lost. In 1976, after scoring major country hits like Gold Dogs, Children, and Watermelon Wine, Tom T. released a full-fledged bluegrass album for Mercury at a time when it was unpopular in Nashville to do so. It featured guest appearances by Bill Monroe, Kenny Baker, J.D. Crowe, and more, and which brought Manfred Mann's Fox on the Run, already a bluegrass standard, to the top of the Billboard Country chart. Dixie Hall was a woman of numerous talents who never did anything half-heartedly, whether it be trick riding, showing prize basset hounds, as you see, or writing songs. After Tom T. retired from the road, he suggested that Miss Dixie retire from Animal Land, her very successful animal shelter, and that they write songs together. This became the start of a musical partnership that yielded over 15 years of hit bluegrass songs.
Let me fly low, Lord, let me fly low. Let me watch over her when she's alone.
Come on back home again, where the music begins. Follow me back to the fold.
He'll be a hero in Harlan, like all the young soldiers before.
Every time I see him, I always get the hound dog blues. Hound dog blues.
The sign says you're now leaving Baker County, and I guess for one time Baker County's right.
Tom T. Ever the Renaissance Man decided to get a correspondence degree in audio engineering, which led to the building of their studio. This studio, which began with Tom T. as engineer, became one of the many gifts that Tom T. and Dixie gave to the bluegrass community. Countless bluegrass artists, from veterans like Melvin Goins to up-and-coming artists like Springfield Exit, recorded there. Good music and lasting friendships often came out of these sessions. The halls refused to charge a dime for studio time. All of this was done simply for the love of the music, and when Miss Dixie loved something, it became her cause. Something Tom T. asked me to make clear was that the driving force behind the songwriting partnership, their publishing company, their record label, recording studio, and even the songs themselves was Miss Dixie. And we dearly miss her. Bluegrass music and the bluegrass community have meant the world to Dixie and Tom T. Hall, and their embrace of and generosity to it is a reflection of that. Join me in welcoming Dixie and Tom T. Hall as the newest members of the International Bluegrass Music Association's Hall of Fame.
Accepting the award for Tom T. and Miss Dixie Hall is their longtime friend, Bluegrass Unlimited's Miss Kitsy Kuykendall.
There's power in height. I found that out tonight. It is with great pleasure that I stand here this evening to accept this well-deserved award for Tom T. and Dixie Hall. Tom has sent a message to you and asked me to read it, and I quote, "I want to thank the IBMA members and our bluegrass music family for the great honor you have bestowed on Miss Dixie and me. Miss Dixie loved the music, and she loved all of you for making her life beautiful. And now you have made it complete. She was the only person who could tell me to sit down and shut up. I can close my eyes and hear her now." Ladies and gentlemen, here performing a Tom T. Hall original, please welcome the Gibson Brothers.
Sorry about that. We didn't get a cue, so.
Quit whining.
And I was busy giving Brian Sutton a guitar lesson, so. Love Tom T. Hall.
Well, it snowed the night before and it had frozen on the ground. We didn't have a car, and it was 7 miles to town. I can hear my daddy's voice many years ago, and he said, don't forget the coffee, Billy Joe. So me and Quentin went back on the hill and we cut some wood, burning in that old warm morning stove. It sure smelled good. Daddy couldn't get work then, and I was just a child, and God was on vacation for a while. Mama needs her medicine, she's got that real bad cough. We get our check on Monday, tell old Sam we'll pay him off. Catch a ride when you get to the Blacktop Road. Don't forget the coffee, Billy Joe. If they wonder why there ain't no rabbits here this day and time, to tell the truth, I guess we ate them all in 49. Was that yesterday, or was it over 60 years ago? When don't forget the coffee, Billy Joe. And if you see Fred, you tell him I'll come help him kill those hogs, and ask him if he'd still be interested in my dog. And don't hang around that pool room all day, we might get more snow. Don't forget the coffee, Billy Joe. Don't forget the coffee, Billy Joe.
We'll be right back with more of the 29th Annual IBMA Awards from Raleigh, North Carolina. Brought to you by Chiesi USA. Visit North Carolina. Boston Bluegrass Union, Compass Records, Deering Banjos, and Virginia Tourism.
Congratulations to trailblazing guitarist, vocalist, and songwriter Molly Tuttle on her 6 IBMA nominations, including Album of the Year, Guitar Player of the Year, Song of the Year, and Emerging Artist of the Year. Molly, we are honored to be on this journey with you. Check out Molly's latest release, Rise, on Compass Records.
Hi, this is Eric Gibson. My band, the Gibson Brothers, prides itself on playing a variety of songs within the bluegrass style. Whether we're playing a hard-driving bluegrass song or a more sensitive number, my Deering Tenbrooks Legacy gives me everything I need. Its neck feels just right in my hands, and I can hear every note as clear as a bell. My Deering never lets me down.
For more information and a free catalog, go to www.deeringbanjos.com. Deering, the great American banjo company.
Love is one voice that speaks to us all. Discover more about the Crooked Road and Virginia's rich music history by visiting virginia.org/music.
Welcome back to the 29th Annual IBMA Awards Show. Coming up next, we've got some big ones. We've got the awards for Guitar Player of the Year and Female Vocalist of the Year. Presenting these awards are a producer, label owner, teacher, and award-winning guitarist with the Sam Bush Band, Stephen Mogen, and the man who's the voice behind the curtain. You got a peek because he just won a prize, Ned Luberecki. So where are those guys? Hey, Mr. Mojo, there's only one of you. What's going on? Where's Ned?
Well, you know, he's working.
Right, but he's got this other thing to do.
Yeah, man, this is a huge bummer. There's no time off. They just work us to the bone back here.
That's okay. We have a backup. A Ned Luberecki fan face original, and I can make him say anything I want, such as, this year's award for Best Bluegrass Radio Voice goes to Stephen Mogen.
No, this is not happening. Don't make me come out there.
I want to thank my parents, my wife, and everyone who voted for me for Best Bluegrass Radio Voice of the Year. Thank you so much. I'm so honored.
No. I'm coming out there.
Oh, gee. I knew you couldn't resist. Now let's get on with the real show. Big awards coming up. First Guitar Player of the Year. And the nominees are...
Kenny Smith.
Billy Strings.
Brian Sutton.
Molly Tuttle.
Josh Williams.
And the award goes to... Molly Tuttle.
Thank you so much. This means so much to me, and it's just such an honor to be back here again. I remember coming to IBMA as a kid and meeting some really great friends where I met Sierra Hull doing the Kids on Bluegrass together. So just huge thanks to IBMA for supporting so many musicians and just opening so many doors for us all. And huge thanks to my team, Andrew Stokes and DJ McLaughlin and Compass Records. You guys are the best. And big thanks to my mom and dad and all my family. I have a bunch of extended family here tonight. And thanks to my grandfather who got the love of bluegrass started in my family. Yeah. And if you guys haven't heard Daisy Kerr, she's an amazing young guitar player as well. So, awesome. But yeah. Thank you guys so much. This was such a huge honor to be here. So.
The nominees for Female Vocalist of the Year are...
Brooke Aldridge.
Down in Biloxi, it's a perfect place to leave you far behind.
Well, somehow
Dale Ann Bradley.
Let me love you. The plans we made have gone astray.
Ain't you got a shame?
Becky Buller.
You've been telling stories, spreading lots of glory. It's you.
Molly Tuttle.
My name. You didn't call my name. So please.
Rhonda Vincent.
Let me go on with you.
And the award goes to nothing up my sleeve. Brooke Aldridge.
Said there'd be a warm breeze down in Biloxi. It's a perfect place to leave you far behind. Said there's blue skies and palm trees, but that's not what I see. This heartache's playing tricks on my mind. When I look out my window, there's no ocean view. I know that it sounds crazy,
Wow, well, thank you guys so much again for this honor. I'm so overwhelmed. There's nothing better that I love than singing, and I've loved it since I was a little girl. My mom and dad can tell you that, because that's all I ever used to do when I was a kid, and I'm still getting to do that and live my dream. I'm so thankful to the good Lord for my gifts and talents, and for bringing a husband into my life that is a mentor to me and does so much in our music. I couldn't do this without him. Mr. Darren Aldridge, I love you so much. Our amazing band, thank you for making me sound good. You guys are just incredible. And my family that's listening back home, thanks for always being such huge supporters and encouragers to me. Our Mountain Home family, thank you guys so much. We love y'all. And Brian Smith, our amazing manager. John Cowan and Jimmy Fortune, we just had a wonderful year and last couple years with those guys, and it's made me a stronger singer for sure, just more confident as well. So thank you to all the fans and IBMA. We love you guys, and this is awesome. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Brooke. So we know that bluegrass music is like a language that is spoken around the world. It's also like a family. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a moment to remember those members of our bluegrass family that we've lost this year. So here to help us pay tribute are Sierra Hull and Molly Tuttle.
Roger Buchanan, Judy Carrier, Harold Crisco, Hubert Cook, Gene Crater, Robert W. Dub Crouch, Jeffrey Lee Dalton, Bill Dilloff, George Daub II, Brian Fain, Rick Fowler, Bob Fuller, Harold Goad, Pete Goebel, Freddie Goodhart, Erla Harding, Kotaro Hashimoto, Harold Hensley, Leonard Joe Hollifield, Aubrey Holt, Jeff Von Hooker, Don Hoos, Henry Hank Janney, Floyd D. Jasper, Eunice Kitchen, Ralph King, Jake Landers, Billy Ray Latham, Miggy Lewis, Polly Lewis, Fred Long, Jack Lynch, Wade Macy, Steve Mandel, Dewey D. Murphy, George McSeany, George McCormick, Thomas Haynes, Tom McKinney III, Tom Paley, Chris Palmer, Kirby Parker, Spencer Pennington, Bobby Patterson, Ralph Page, Stacy Phillips, James Randolph, Wes Rainier, Leon Rhodes, John Scholl, Randy Lynn Scruggs, David Sebring, John Ray Curly Seckler, Hazel Boone Smith, Glenn Snoddy, Don Sowards, Thornton Spencer, Orrin Starr, Ernie Thacker, Tim Tolliver, John Trout, Vance Truell, Thayer Washer, Dean Webb, Howard Gene Weaver, William Earl Webster, David Dave Wilburn, Harless Judy Williams, Sam Wilson, and Lester Wood. Rest in peace.
Thank you, Molly, and thank you, Sierra. That was just beautiful. It was a powerful reminder of how lucky we are to be here together tonight and to remember the ones who've paved the way for us. And now for something completely different. Please make welcome one of the most exciting fiddle players, one of the best musicians I've ever met, the remarkable Michael Cleveland and Flamekeeper.
Yeah, boy.
Here we go.
I hope that was fast enough for you, everybody. Between that one and Rawhide, I think I'm still feeling a little revved up. I'll just try to calm down. I just love the way Michael plays that fiddle. And great band, too. You know, Michael and I met when he was just 13 years old. In fact, how many of you remember back in '93 the Bluegrass Youth All-Stars? We had some 12-year-olds like Chris Thiele and Cody Kilby and Josh Williams and Brady Stogdell. That was a very special band. Right now, please welcome the Executive Director of the IBMA, Mr. Paul Schimminger. Where are you? Where? Oh, there you can. Here's Paul.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate that. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us for the biggest night in bluegrass. It is certainly a time when all of us in bluegrass community can feel proud of our music and what so many have accomplished, whether it's over the past year or in the case of our Hall of Fame inductees over a lifetime of greatness. Congratulations to all of our nominees honored here tonight, as well as those in our special Momentum Awards. The first International Bluegrass Music Award show occurred in 1990, 4 short years after the IBMA itself was created. Fortunately, there's a grainy video captured from that evening that some of us have seen. Vince Gill and John McEwen were the hosts, and our hosts tonight, Hot Rise, were the very first Entertainer of the Year award recipients. There was a 2-song performance by the legendary Bluegrass Album Band playing Blue Ridge Cabin Home and Big Spike Hammer. Yeah, it was great. There was also a memorable performance by a trailblazing group of 5 women: Allison Brown, Allison Krauss on mandolin, I might add, Lynn Morris, Missy Raines, and Andrea Zahn, who put their own stake in the ground that evening as leaders and rising stars in bluegrass. Just among the members of those 2 bands, there are 40 IBMA Artist Awards, more Grammys than I can count. There are also 5 Bluegrass Hall of Famers once Vassar Clements is inducted next month, and certainly there are more from those 2 groups who will join those 5 in the hall. However, what really struck me was that it was the perfect example of what we talk about with the IBMA honoring tradition and encouraging innovation in bluegrass music. Fast forward to tonight and this year, once again, we have Hall of Famers, other legends in addition to our jaw-dropping young artists, and we have women showing leadership alongside the men as award nominees and recipients. Among them is the powerful 5 award-winning artists collaborating as the first women to win Instrumentalist of the Year on their respective instruments, and it happens to include 2 women from that show back in 1990, Missy Raines and Allison Brown. As you've seen, they've already been a recipient of awards this evening, and tomorrow night they're headliners on that main stage in the red hat, and you don't want to miss it. So how does all of this happen? Who is it that collectively shapes the bluegrass music industry? Who determines the Hall of Fame inductees as well as the awards nominees and recipients? It's those of you who are our professional members. You make it possible through getting involved, through your committee work, through voting on ballots. Sure, there's an IBMA board and staff, but we simply represent you and carry out the business of your association. The collective membership is built upon the framework established back in 1986 when the IBMA was founded to create valuable ways to connect, educate, and empower the professional bluegrass community while raising the appreciation of our music worldwide. One of those is through awards, so we can shine a bright light on bluegrass to help show off our incredible artists and their artistry. Another is the IBMA Trust Fund, a vital lifeline in our professional community during times of emergency need, and the IBMA Foundation to plant seeds for the future of bluegrass. Another is our business conference that has so many gather as industry professionals in one place at one time for educational sessions, showcasing and reunion-like networking, etc. And yet another is the Hall of Fame, created back in 1991 with the inaugural class of Bill Monroe, Lester Flatt, and Earl Scruggs. Bluegrass music has been around for less than 75 years. Throughout that time, we have witnessed innovation and creativity built upon the traditions from those before. It carries on today as we witness Hall of Famers, today's headliners, and the emerging artists who may be tomorrow's leaders. Each year, the IBMA Awards show provides a snapshot of true excellence of this year and in the era. It provides a moment to reflect and a moment to imagine the future. Our past is rich, and the future is very bright. With me is my close friend, bluegrass partner, Chris Joslin, the executive director of the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum, which will open a brand new $15 million museum on October the 18th. This remarkable facility is a beacon to honor our music, its history, and the contributors who have left an indelible mark. We are celebrating 3 Hall of Fame inductees this evening, and on October 18th, we will open the new museum with 5 more. Please welcome Chris Joslin to tell you more about it.
Well, thank you, Paul. Well, you know, we've talked about it, and finally, the new Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum opens in Owensboro, Kentucky, exactly 3 weeks from tonight on October the 18th. Yeah. And that night, together with the IBMA, we celebrate all members of the Hall of Fame, and we honor 5 new inductees, including Jake Tulloch, Vassar Clements, Mike Seeger, Joe Val, and the great Alan Shelton. And if you can't be there in person, tune in to SiriusXM's Bluegrass Junction for a live broadcast of the event. You know, as you know, the most important component of this entire project is the IBMA Hall of Fame. And this exhibit, featuring Hall of Fame plaques and exhibit cases, lives at the center of a $15.5 million building that includes 15,000 square feet of exhibit space, a 450-seat performance venue, the Woodward Theater, a permanent outdoor stage overlooking the beautiful Ohio River, and over 3,500 square feet of space set aside specifically for educational programming, private event space, and so much more. So what can you expect from the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum? Well, you'll experience entirely redesigned exhibit space that tells the story of bluegrass music from its sources to the modern era. And you can expect exciting rotating exhibits in our two changing galleries as well. And our Video Oral History Project exhibit, located near the IBMA Hall of Fame Gallery, features video interviews with artists like Earl Scruggs, Mac Wiseman, Jimmy Martin, Hazel Dickens, Josh Graves, Ralph Stanley, Kenny Baker, and the list goes on and on, over 200 artists altogether, so you'll want to check that out. And live music will energize absolutely everything we do. So in addition to Romp Festival that we produce each June, we'll feature live music throughout the year on a weekly basis, both inside the Woodward Theater as well as on our outdoor stage. Some of the first artists scheduled to perform include Sam Bush, Hall of Fame member Ricky Skaggs, Hall of Fame member Del McCoury, and Hall of Fame member Doyle Lawson, the infamous String Dusters, Hot Rise, Yonder Mountain String Band, Marty Stewart, and more. And that's all just within the first 60 days of our opening. And educational programming for both students and adults is certainly at the core of our mission, and we'll be even more effective and reach more people with these programs in our new home in downtown Owensboro, Kentucky. Now, although the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame Museum is a separate organization from the IBMA, we absolutely could not fulfill our mission without the collaboration and partnership we enjoy with the IBMA. And it's an honor to give the IBMA Hall of Fame a place where fans and industry people alike can come together to pay tribute to the artists who have shaped this music and created so much of a great legacy for all of us. So what can you do to help? Well, all I ask is that you simply show up. Come and visit us in Owensboro and tell a few friends and bring them with you. Tell others to plan a visit to Owensboro to experience the Hall of Fame. And a good place to start would be our grand opening weekend for a full day of free music on our outdoor stage on Saturday, October the 20th. This day will also serve as an open house for our new building and exhibit space. So go to our website at bluegrasshall.org and sign up for our email list. Share our Facebook posts. Do all you can to spread the word about the new Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame and Museum. So to my good friend Paul Schimminger, to the IBMA, friends and colleagues, thank you for letting us be a part of this evening tonight, honoring tonight's Hall of Fame inductees. Thank you so much. Enjoy this great evening. Come see us in Owensboro. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the Del McCoury Band with Ronnie's son, Heaven McCoury.
How y'all doing out there?
My baby's got a talent she don't like to talk about. It sent her daddy to the pen and he still ain't gone out. It runs in the family like some kind of burning fire. Her kin can get a free ride and it don't matter where they are. She hot-wired my hot plate, hot-wired my coffee pot. I do believe she's hot-wired dang near everything I got. She climbed upon a ladder, hot-wired my ceiling fan. When she came back down to earth again, she hot-wired her man. Hot-wired, hot-wired, hot-wired. Mama been hot-wired. out in the barn one day, hot wired the cow. If you don't believe me, you all just try to milk her now. She hot wired the doorbell, now it sounds just like a train. If you hold your finger on it, it'll hot wire your brain. She might hot wire your Chevy, she might hot wire your Ford. If she ever gets to heaven, she might hot wire the Lord. When she laid her hands upon me, man, you should have seen the sparks. When that hot wiring woman went hot wired my heart. Hot wire, hot wire, hot wire, hot man, hot wire. On your flat top guitar, she'll done have you electrified just like some kind of rock and roll star. Can't wait to plug it in, can't wait to turn it on. We'll get this whole house a rockin' like the doggone Rolling Stones. Blue lights started flashing, I said, girl, you've gone too far. When the police wasn't looking, she went hot wired the police car. Well, her daddy's doing 8 to 10, but he left his tool behind. Every night his lovely daughter liked to hot wire my mind. Hot wire, hot wire, hot wire, hot man, hot wire, hot wire, hot wire, hot wire, hot man, hot wire. Hot wire, hot wire, hot wire, all I'm in hot wire.
We'll be right back with more of the 29th Annual IBMA Awards from Raleigh, North Carolina. Brought to you by Chiesi USA. Visit North Carolina, Boston Bluegrass Union, Compass Records, Deering Banjos, and Virginia Tourism.
Hello, this is Tony Trischka, and you've been listening to my signature model, Golden Clipper Banjo. I love the way it sounds, looks, and feels, and I want to thank the Deering folks for putting it together for me, and have a great time at the IBMA.
For more information and a free catalog, visit DeeringBanjos.com.
Compass Records congratulates Missy Raines for her nominations for Recorded Event of the Year and Bass Player of the Year, and to Michael Cleveland and Flamekeeper for their nomination for Instrumental Group of the Year and the infamous String Dusters for their nomination for Instrumental Performance of the Year. Congratulations also to Instrumentalist of the Year nominees Frank Sullivan, Michael Cleveland, Rob Ikes, Mark Schatz, and Andy Hall.
Welcome back to the 29th Annual International Bluegrass Music Association Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, here to present our final 2018 IBMA Hall of Fame induction for Paul Williams is band leader, radio personality, banjo player, and multiple IBMA award winner, Mr. Joe Mullins.
Good evening. It's my honor tonight to induct into the Hall of Fame one of the greatest singers, one of the greatest songwriters in bluegrass. Sometimes honoring the musician isn't quite the same as honoring the person, but when it comes to Paul Williams, they are one and the same, because Paul has been an amazing friend and mentor and positive influence on me and countless others through 3 generations. Born in Virginia in 1935, he first gained attention as a member of the Lonesome Pine Fiddlers, a pioneering band out of Bluefield, West Virginia, that was inducted into our Hall of Fame in 2009. And a lot of people sat up and paid attention when they listened and heard him as a teenager singing the very first song he'd written, My Brown-Eyed Darling. He served in the Air Force after the Korean War, and when he returned, it didn't take long before Jimmy Martin called, and Paul became a Sunny Mountain boy in the fall of 1957. For the next few years, as Paul and Jimmy and J.D. Crowe traveled from Detroit to Shreveport and Wheeling to Nashville, audiences and the recording industry got to see firsthand what a natural talent he was and what a good man, too. Paul enjoyed entertaining and helped front the show for Martin's group, occasionally with an electric guitar, and his wonderful sense of humor and showmanship. But the remarkable trio, with Paul singing the high harmonies or the high lead alongside Martin and Crowe, was the centerpiece of their success. And more often than not, they were singing a song that he wrote or helped write. In fact, I'll bet there's not a minute of the day that somewhere in this world there isn't some trio trying to sing one of Paul's great songs from that era. It's hard to imagine music without My Walking Shoes Don't Fit Me Anymore, or Mr. Engineer, Reach Up and Pull the Whistle, or Hold What You Got, I'm a Coming Home Baby. In late 1963, Paul Williams left the Sunny Mountain Boys, and when he did, he didn't just leave the band, he left the music profession. Moved by an experience of grace and salvation, he became a man of deep faith. And for more than a quarter of a century, he lived a quiet life in East Tennessee, tending to job and family and church. The bluegrass community didn't see Paul perform again till a reunion show with Martin and J.D. Crowe in Columbus, Ohio in the summer of 1987. My wife Tammy and I were there on our honeymoon. In the 1990s, Paul began to get out once again, first as a songwriter, bringing great new material to artists including Doyle Lawson and Third Time Out and Ronnie McCoury, and then fronting his Victory Trio, which brought his voice and his gospel songs to audiences around the country. More recently, in this century, Paul recorded again with J.D. Crowe and Doyle Lawson, and just last year released a new recording with Lawson featuring several newly written Paul Williams songs and a strong, clear tenor voice, effortlessly cutting like a razor at age 80. The legendary J.D. Crowe could not be with us tonight. He sends this heartfelt message.
Hey, Paul. This is Crowe, your picking buddy. Anyway, this is a little message. I can't be there with you, but maybe this will help a little bit. You'll probably get a kick out of it. And you can consider this your lucky night in a couple of ways, that you are being inducted into the IBMA Hall of Fame, which you certainly deserve. well deserved, I might say. And another thing that I was going to tell it all on you, but like I said, you lucked out. So anyway, you have a good night. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the night, man. Like I said, you certainly deserve it. And we'll see you down the road.
Paul Williams is a man who has seen and contributed to a lot of bluegrass history. He and his mandolin and his songs have been a big influence on the entire genre, from those days back in the early 1950s right up until today. And I do believe he's got some more music and history to make yet. Please join me in welcoming my dear friend and brother, Paul Williams, into the International Bluegrass Music Association's Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Joe, JD. It's good to be here tonight. At my age, it's good to be anywhere. But it is quite an honor for me, and I started trying to play and sing this music when I was 9 years old in the hills of Virginia. Never thinking anything like this would come my way. As many good artists as there is in bluegrass that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. Never dreamed it would ever come to me. But from my heart, I appreciate it. Quite an honor for an old Virginia boy that loves this music. I sung this music when a child, and they called it mountain music. Later on, it got another title called hillbilly music. Back when I was growing up in West County, Virginia, you know, you try to play this mandolin and music, and my mandolin and some of the other playmates I had, and we had a broadcast when I was 12 years old on a local radio station. Some people looked down their nose at you then because they said, you play that old hillbilly music. Treat you about like they would if you was a hobo. But I loved it then, and I love it yet. It's been a part of my life. And I want to thank everybody that's involved to bringing it to this point to where my name came up to be inducted in the International Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame. Thank you very much.
And now you get to hear the great Paul Williams with special guests Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder.
You're visiting. Oh, it is such an honor to go in the Hall of Fame with you, pal. I've been such a fan of you. Your singing is just the best. I mean it. Dear, listen to those Jimmy Martin records, and you just a squalling boy. Tearing it up.
Still squalling.
Still squalling. Well, let's squall this one right here. You wrote this one, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right, some mailbox money maybe come in for you.
Yeah, might do it.
All right, boys, here we go. sign that I need you. That's why I can't wait to get back home. So squeeze yourself real good and tight, and I'll be there before daylight. Oh, what you got? I'm coming home to stay. Oh, what you got? I'm coming home, baby. Oh, what you got? And I don't mean maybe, been thinking about you, and I'm on my way. Don't sell the house and don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. Oh, what you got? I'm coming home to stay. All right, Mikey. Little too much grieving. When I get back, honey, this time I'm going to stay. Well, we won't fuss and we won't fight, and this time things are going to be all right. If you hold what you got, I'm coming home to stay. Oh, what you got, I'm coming home, baby. Oh, what you got, and I don't mean maybe, been thinking about you, and I'm on my way. Don't sell the house, don't wreck the car. Stay there, honey, right where you are. Oh, what you got, I'm coming home to stay. Play it, Paul. Where you are. Oh, what you got, I'm coming home to stay. Yeah! Thank you, Paul. Paul Williams. Yeah, Paul. Yeah.
Our next awards honor the Vocal Group of the Year and Male Vocalist of the Year. Here to present these awards are two-time IBMA Guitarist of the Year and 2014 IBMA Female Vocalist of the Year, Kenny and Amanda Smith.
Just have to say you look great tonight, Amanda. So proud that you're my wife. Has this been an exciting show so far?
Yes, it has, especially the birthday cake for Greg. It's my favorite dessert. But something's fishy. We just played a festival with Special C last month, and those folks gave him a cake too. What's up with that?
I don't know. And then we was at Chuck E. Cheese the other day and walked in there, and there was a big birthday party going on. And
for Greg.
For Greg, so. Tell you what, I don't know. It was some good cake, though, because I was wasting away to normal. Seriously, I love all these people, and I love a great bluegrass song done with great harmony that really makes the whole thing work.
I know, singers rule.
We're honored to recognize the singers now.
The nominations for Vocal Group of the Year are
But there ain't nobody waiting down in
Balsam
Arkansas.
Range.
And I don't know no one in no Baton Rouge. 10,000 miles down the line.
Bill Lawson and Quicksilver.
On my trail. Every time I think of you, I get derailed. I'd rather live in a light than
Flat
to
Lonesome.
die with the truth. Car lights so bright.
the Gibson Brothers.
I'll be tonight on the highway. On the highway.
I'm with her.
Whispers in the night, skin to skin and eyes locked in.
And the award goes to trying to get Annabelle to say it. She's like, I'm good. Dole Lawson and Quicksilver.
10,000 miles down the line, your memory's still hot on my trail. Every time I think of you, I get derailed.
We're going to accept this award on Dole Lost Quicksilver. I know they couldn't be here, and we've watched them many times this year. Had the good fortune to share the stage with them, and I know they would love to be here, and they just want to thank everybody, and thank you so much.
You're next. You're next.
We're thrilled to recognize the guys who are our lead singers. Nominees for Male Vocalists of the Year are
Don't think I'll be
Sean
hanging
Camp.
around while you're having fun. I won't sit there crying over you.
She might hot wire the Lord when she laid her hands upon me.
Dale
Man,
McCoury.
You should have seen this far when that hot wiring woman. You must have a voodoo doll.
Buddy Milton.
I wake each night staring at the ceiling, and I never sleep.
Yes, I'll leave her then.
Russell Moore,
She's no farther than my mind. Well, I came here from
Tim O'Brien.
by way of Baltimore. I rode the train 100 miles, I walked 100 more.
and the award goes to
Buddy Melton.
You must have a voodoo doll in me. I wake each night staring at the ceiling, and I never sleep. You're burning candles in the dark, putting dreams in my broken heart.
I wasn't expecting this. Looking back on my musical life, I was always the kid, the young guy who wouldn't sing in front of anybody if their life depended on them, and much less speak. And here I am speaking about winning an award for singing. So it's kind of a weird feeling, surreal, really. And but life's it sends you down paths you don't see them coming, and has a way of directing you the way it wants to go. And here I am, and I've loved every minute of it. And I look on this path that brought me here, and I realize that there's more than one footprint on that path, and those belong to my best friend and my wife, Carla, who she was there the first time I got the courage to sing in front of people in my college days, and she's been there ever since, and I love you. Thank you. And I think about that pathway and all the people that have impacted me through this enjoyable pathway. And a lot of those people were people that I guess nobody would really know their names. I guess everybody who crosses the stage will have those people in their life. Those are talking about the teachers and the mentors and those who give of their time, and just because they love it so much. And I've had a lot of those people in my life who mean so much. And really everything that I do is simply an echo of all those people, past and present, and all the nominees in this category fall under that influence level. I've tried so many hours trying to sound like those guys, and haven't made it yet. But I appreciate all their support and all the support of our family, Balsam Range. I wouldn't be here without them, and Mountain Home, and the team that makes it all happen, and all the friends and wonderful people I've met along that pathway. And thank you so much.
Test. Yeah. Thank you, Ned. You are so powerful, Ned. As a Western North Carolina guy, I've known our next guest for a long time. I got to grow up around Mark Pruitt. It was always a great time. And Tim Surt over there hired me for my very first recording session when I was 17 years old. What a risk. Please welcome to the stage, Balsam Range.
To present the awards for Song of the Year and Album of the Year, please welcome to the stage 14-time Grammy winner and 10-time IBMA Dobro Player of the Year, Jerry Douglas.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, everyone. I'm really happy to be back on this stage again. Really nice to see all you people. And I was expecting to have John Cowan here with me this evening, but he had a little accident and he's not here. So I'll just get on to doing this myself. And if things go like they're supposed to, we'll be through with this in just a minute. So just hang on. feeling kind of creepy up here all of a sudden. I don't know what's going on. And I get to present a couple of really cool awards. And wait a minute. Waldo? Are you lost? It's a nice jacket you've got there with the spaceships and the explosions on it. Where's that big donut I saw in it?
What's going on here? This is incredible.
I'm trying to give some
Jerry
awards
Douglas,
away.
King of the Dobro.
Why are you here?
I have a special new award that I wanted to give because there's been a lack for many years.
I don't think we have any more new awards, though.
Oh, you'd be surprised, Mr. Douglas Flux. And now, my friend.
I don't know what's going on.
For Takeoff Guitar Player of the Year, let's hear it for Mr. Wendell Mercantile.
No. There's security. Do we have security? That's not going to happen. You guys are way out of line. That's not going to happen. Do we have security here someplace? Please, somebody get somebody.
He's got to book piles of styles.
Get somebody to do something about this.
Do something about
look,
this.
he's gone. You should be gone too.
Well, I'm comfortable here. I'll just stay here.
Okay.
There's a. Oh look. Okay, back to the program.
That's my part.
Okay.
You drink that whatever that. What is that?
Ginger ale.
Doesn't look like ginger ale to me. Back to the program.
Back to the program.
The nominees for Song of the Year are
Calamity Jane, Becky Buller, artist, Becky Buller, Tim Stafford, writers. If I'd Have Wrote That Song, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers, artist, Larry Cordell, Larry Shell, James Silvers, writers. Swept Away, Missy Raines, artist, Laurie Lewis, writer. Way Down the River Road, Special Consensus artist, John Hartford, writer. You Didn't Call My Name, Molly Tuttle, artist, Molly Tuttle, writer.
All right, well, here's the envelope. I'll open the envelope. I'll read the winner. And the winner is If I'd Have Wrote That Song. Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers.
And headed out to Nashville for the cold. Turned on my favorite early morning DJ. Heard Rambling Fever on the radio. Well, son, right then and there I got to thinking, daydreaming as I drove and sang along. No doubt my lot in life would have been different.
Thank you so very much. Is there a cooler cat in the world than Larry Cordell?
Joe Mullins, thank you for making that record and making that record on that thing, man. I appreciate it, boys. Great.
Well, you know, I thought I'd help you out, Cord.
I know, and I needed it too, and I appreciate it, brother. God bless you.
We're very honored. We're very thankful for everybody that supports us and encourages us. The good Lord's blessed us in spite of us, and we're so thankful that our families support us and encourage us. And what a thrill to release an album with songs from some of our favorite songwriters. And glad folks like this fun little song. And I'm glad I get to travel with some fun guys every weekend, and these guys bring it every night. We thank y'all. God bless you.
Thank you.
Are the weird guys gone? Oh, man. Get back on the bus. You know where you're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. You know where you could go.
Aren't you guys supposed to be like in the back of Hot Rod's bus? Isn't that where you live?
Well, you know, we get out sometimes to see the world. Like here, it's awfully dark here, though.
Yeah, you says spin and win on your sunglasses. What does that mean?
I have a question for you. Like, it's a technical question. Like what gauge of G string do you use?
I'm not telling you anything.
I also have a suggestion, which is, as you know, I played the electric table, and it has 16 strings.
It only has 8. You just have double vision.
I'll have to check that out. But, mine has legs. It's got 4 legs, so I can walk around. And I have to have
8 legs.
Okay, whatever, but you have, the thing is just hangs on you, and it's gonna make a hole in your shoulder at some point. So I'm just suggesting.
Thanks, Waldo.
Get a leg or 2.
Thanks, Waldo. Bye.
Break your legs.
Bye. More awards. Waldo Auto, everybody. They're over there, Waldo. Go, yeah, good. Go, keep going. We have another big one here. And then this one's for Album of the Year. This is the big one. This is the big one right here. The Album of the Year, and the nominees are...
Life is a Story, Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver artist, Doyle Lawson producer, Mountain Home Music Company label. May Haley's House, Lonesome River Band artist, Lonesome River Band producers, Mountain Home Music Company label. Rise, Molly Tuttle artist, Kai Welch producer, Compass Records label. Rivers and Roads, Special Consensus artist, Allison Brown producer, Compass Records label. The Story We Tell, Joe Mullins and the Radio Ramblers artist, Joe Mullins producer, Rebel Records label.
I'm not going to drop it, I promise. Barry Bales is nowhere around. Here's a nice sound. And the winner is Rivers and Roads, Special Consensus, Allison Brown, producer, Compass Records.
She took the Tennessee River. She took the Tennessee River. Down to Chattanooga.
Happy birthday, Greg.
Well, it feels great to be 147, and thank you. No, this is just awesome, and we thank all the folks I mentioned earlier. I just want to pass this to these guys for a moment, because these guys are the best fellas to be in a band with, and this is the best producer to have taken care of us, and Compass, and all of you who voted for us. We can't thank you enough, and here's to John Hartford. Thank you.
Again, we'd love to thank Compass Records and all they've done for this album, for this franchise of Special Consensus. They've been here since '75, and we've had a tremendous amount of success with Allison at the helm of producing the records. So thank you again, Allison. Thank you to the IBMA. Thanks to my folks. Thanks to all the families that support bluegrass out there. It's kind of tough leaving loved ones behind, and it's not easy. So thank you. Thank you to my wife. Thank you to my family. Thank you to all the families out there. Appreciate you.
I want to thank all of you for welcoming us and supporting us all this time. Thank you, Greg Cahill, for starting this band in 1975. And thanks to all of our families for all you go through to help keep us out there, all of us out there that are doing this especially. I don't know, just incredibly blessed and grateful to all of y'all, and thanks for having us again, and let's go pick tonight.
Oh my goodness. It is such an honor to be even part of this record with these fine gentlemen and lady on right here. And I want to thank, my family, Mom and Dad back at home. Wish you guys could be here. My amazing fiance, Hannah, over here. She happens to be here tonight, and I'm so thrilled you're here. Thanks to Greg and the guys for bringing me on to the Special C legacy Greg has had going for many years. Thank you so much, everybody.
We'll be right back with more of the 29th Annual IBMA Awards from Raleigh, North Carolina. Brought to you by Chiesi USA. Visit North Carolina. Boston Bluegrass Union, Compass Records, Deering Banjos, and Virginia Tourism.
Hi everyone, this is Ray from NPR's Car Talk, welcoming you to the annual IBMA Music Awards Show, proudly sponsored by the Boston Bluegrass Union, producer of the Joe Val Bluegrass Festival, and more. Find out more about the BBU at bbu.org. Now relax and enjoy the show.
We're Chiesi, investing in innovative therapies for rare diseases and the most vulnerable of patients in your community and across the globe. Your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones. Chiesi, for more than 80 years, people and ideas for innovation in healthcare.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes yet one more of the many inspired and award-winning examples of what can come out of Jerry Douglas's funny little brain. They're going to play a song that's not at all about contemporary politics. Here they are, the Earls of Leicester.
Said McKinley, can't find a ball, you're bound to die, you're bound to die. He jumped on his horse, he tore down the lane, said to his horse, you got to outrun that train. Shot my husband with an Ivor Johnson gun. I'm carrying you back to Washington. The doc come running, he took off his specs, said, Mr. McKinley, better cash in your checks, you're bound to die, you're bound to die. Now yonder comes a train coming down the line, blowing every station, Mr. McKinley is a dying. It's hard time, it's hard time. in the White House, he doing his best. Obama's in Hawaii, he's taking his rest. He's gone, he's gone.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage the very first band to ever win the IBMA Entertainer of the Year Award, the one and only Hot Rise.
Thank you, everybody. Man, oh man, what a night. So it's been a remarkable night of music and a celebration of just great talent and friendship and frivolity in every direction. The young players who are the future of the music were part of this evening, the veterans who've kept the flame burning, and we get to recognize them, some of our heroes, legends who will always be remembered. It has been our pleasure to be your hosts for this annual gathering of our particular tribe. Pete, what do you think?
I just want to say that it means so much to me personally to be part of this music. All the way from Bronx a long time ago, I worked hard at this ever since I first heard Flatt and Scruggs when I was a teenager back in 1961. I'm also glad that we hardly had to deal with Red Knuckles, except that I heard that they showed up. Just a little bit. But, you know, I told them that we were going to be at the Ryman Auditorium tonight. Oh, well, that's the way it goes. So now what? Tim, why don't you come up and say something?
You know, Pete, those guys are bad with directions. You know that.
Oh, that's right.
Hey, you guys. Let's see.
You got chores?
We already told them to go back to their chores, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this script is really great. I want to thank everyone for writing the script. Now back to Brian.
Thanks, Tim. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that toss there. So as I fill space while the teleprompter rolls in front of my face and talk about how much fun it's been being part of this show tonight, I'm going to give this back to Pete.
Before we wrap things up here, we've got one very big award to present, and that is for the Entertainer of the Year. As Ned mentioned, we were really honored to receive that award the very first time it was presented back in 1990.
It's an interesting award, a very heavy award, because bluegrass music is really hard to do well. It's not enough to be a great picker or a great singer or be a great songwriter or band leader or even a soloist. Because in bluegrass, you have to be able to do all those things and put on a show.
That's right, Tim. But, you know, that's all true, and it's even harder than that because a bluegrass audience is also tough. They know when something isn't real or authentic, and most of them play too. So this award for IBMA Entertainer of the Year is for the whole thing here tonight.
And the nominees are
But there ain't nobody waiting down in Arkansas.
Balsam Range,
And I don't know no one in no Baton Rouge. She might hot wire the Lord when she laid her hands upon me, man.
I'm pretty sure that's Del McCoury.
When that hot wiring woman 10,000 miles down the line, your memory's still hot on my
Lawson and Quicksilver.
Every time I think of you, I get derailed. Lost all my money, but a $2
The Earls of Leicester.
bill, but a $2 bill. Lost all my money, but a $2 bill. Time on my long journey home.
The Gibson Brothers.
So bright, that's where I'll be tonight on the highway. On the highway.
and the award goes to. Are we going to sing this in harmony? Balsam Range.
Ain't nobody waiting down in Arkansas. And I don't know no one in no Baton Rouge. Ain't no way I'm going down to Wichita. Leaving El Dorado,
won't say much since I spoke a little earlier. Don't remember what I said, but I forgot a lot of people that I want to thank. There's a lot that makes this happen over the last 10 or 12 years we've been doing this together, and it's been quite a ride, and I love these guys. Tim used to joke, say we don't have family harmony, we have county harmony, Haywood County. We're all from Haywood County, but I would say we actually, after all these years with these guys and all we've been through, to me it's brother harmony. I love these guys like brothers, and I couldn't imagine doing it with anybody else. And thanks to John Holder for all he does, and Josh Trivet for all that you do to help us, encourage us. And there's been a lot of people along the way, along that path I talked about that's been a part of this, like Mike Grudge and a lot of others that have been a part of it. And we thank all of you. We're here because of all of your efforts. And so I want to say thanks to my family, and I left out my sweet Adeline at home. I thank you, Adeline, for your support.
I can't tell you what an honor this is, and first of all, I'd like to thank God for being here tonight, and my family, my son Taylor, my mom back home, my wife Jennifer, and these guys up here. It's been 11 years we've been together, and we are like family a lot, and when I say that, I mean there's a lot of times we don't speak to each other. But I'll say this is the best group of guys. I love playing music with them. This has been an incredible ride, but they're better people, and they've been there when it's not been great, and they've been there when it's great, and that's what family does, and I'm just thankful to be a part of this. Thankful to be a part of the IBMA. I've been coming here for a long time. Not only is this room full of the most talented people in the world, but I would say there's probably more people here tonight that cheat on their taxes than any other place. But thank you guys so much. I love the IBMA. I love Raleigh. Thank you.
I'm not real sure what taxes are. I'm not sure. Thank you guys. It's to be with the same guys for this long. You learn things about them and yourself that sometimes it's cool and sometimes it's not. But we always have a good time. We try to make good music. We try to show up on time and with a smile. But we thank you guys for voting. I'd like to thank Mickey Gamble and all the folks at Crossroads, my wife Rachel, my kids at home. It's actually is tonight a school night? It is a school night, but Sydney and Jackson and Jonah, that's the other one, right? Yeah. Thank you guys. God bless.
Hey, thank you all so much. I tell you what, it's great to be part of Balsam Range and great to be part of the greater IBMA community. And it's just an honor and a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you all for your support. And my biggest support mechanism is here tonight, my family. My wife and my son Zach are here, and appreciate the ones that can't be here. But thank you all so much. And I love the old five with all my heart, and been knocking on this door a long time, and hope to keep hanging in there with it. Thank you all.
Just super quick, thank you all. It's an honor to be a part of the bluegrass community, the bluegrass family, and we all pray for one another, love one another. And I don't know if I can't hear a thing back there. I'm like Mark, we can't hear any normally between us. And but if they didn't say it, I want to say a special thanks to Mountain Home, our company, our family. We love you guys, and we thank you for what you do. Once again, Hope, I love you. Braden, I hope you're asleep, and God bless y'all. Thank you.
Congratulations to Balsam Range. Man, oh man, so we've covered a lot of ground, and I just think it's a remarkable community that we've been able to be a part of, especially Hot Rise being from Colorado, as I mentioned before originally, and feeling like we were coming into this community from the outside a little bit. But we've also been very happy to be part of this for as long as we have, so thank you so much for making us feel welcome. We're going to be out touring later on this year. We have a new record too, so keep an eye out for that. We've really enjoyed being your hosts. I want to thank all the people who helped put on this remarkable evening and made it possible. So thanks to all the folks who worked so hard. We've got a great finale picked out. It's going to feature a lot of people who've been recognized tonight.
Thanks, Nick. This finale was put together by the awesome Allison Brown, who, along with Missy Raines, Becky Buller, Sierra Hull, and Molly Tuttle, will wrap things up here with a special performance. And please make welcome the First Ladies of Bluegrass.